I need to punish you when I get home.
What? I'm sorry.
Do you realize what you've done? I always tell you that I'll contact you when I need you. You should never contact me, right? I was talking to the principal about something important at school. Who do you think you are to interrupt me?
I'm sorry. I was just going to ask if you want me to pick you up at the station.
How many times do I have to tell you that I don't need that kind of thing? You're a jerk. Why can't you do what you're told to do? Talking to a stupid person like you makes me crazy.
It was raining really hard, so I was just wondering what time you'd be home. That's all. I didn't call to bother you.
What? Don't make excuses. You always do that.
I'm sorry.
You're grounded. Don't come out of your room until I get back.
What?
You're going to wait for me. You're not allowed to do anything until I get home. You're going to reflect on yourself until I come back and give you a sermon. You got it? I won't forgive you if you come out of your room even for a second.
I need your help. I'm at my limit. Oh, Mia, what's wrong? He's irritated at me every day, and I don't think I can take it anymore. It's really tough. Hey, are you okay? Do you want me to come over? No, don't come here. It's too much trouble if he finds out. If he even finds out that I'm contacting you now, it'll make things worse. I see my brother Steve is acting bad as usual. Did he hit you or anything? No, he hasn't raised his hand, but he's mean as usual. Intimidating words and attitude, right? He always does that. He does without leaving any evidence, right? But I have some of our text from yesterday. He never texted me like that, since the text would be evidence of verbal abuse. He was in an even worse mood than usual yesterday. My goodness, are you okay? Verbal abuse is also a form of violence, you know. It must have been really hard for you. Did he say something bad to you on the text? Yeah, well, first of all, he was already in a bad mood before coming home. He told me to stay in my room until he came back. Gosh, there it is. That kind of harassment. I didn't know when he was coming home, so I just did as I was told. You don't have to do everything he says, you know. You only have to do it right before he comes home, if you really need to do it. Well, he checks every detail to make sure I really did what I was told to do. If I stay in my room, I can't even go to the restroom, right? So he comes home and checks if I'm suffering from not going to the restroom. He makes me go to the restroom in front of him to make sure I never went to the restroom until he came back. What? What's that? That's too much. One time I cheated and he found out. He verbally abused me for about 2 hours. It was so hard, I thought I was going to die. Ever since, I thought it was better to do as I was told. That's terrible. Last night, we had hot pot for dinner, and he dumped the pot over my head. Oh my, was that still hot? Were you okay? Did you get burned? Oh, it wasn't hot. It was just about to be reheated. But I had already put in the ingredients, so my whole body was in a sludge. I had to get rid of all the clothes I was wearing at the time. Well, you can't take it anymore, can you? No, I'm at my limit. I wonder what made him so angry. It was just a trivial matter, wasn't it? When he was having an important talk with the principal at school, I accidentally called him, and I made him angry. That's it? You know, I've been thinking a lot about this for a while now. The police and my parents, they're all like, you need to have proof. They're not helping at all. Yeah, I talked to your mom, but she said it's my fault. She didn't really listen to me. You're the only one who takes my side. I'm sorry for contacting you like this, but I'm at my limit. I understand. I'll help you. Let's get together now to make a plan. Okay, as long as I'm back by 5 p.m., I'll be fine. Can you come out to my office? What? Your office?
I'll be late again today, so I don't need dinner.
Understood.
And you, quit sleeping in bed from now on, will you?
What? What do you mean?
I come home tired, right? Seeing your tired face and body annoys me. I can't sleep. I'm sick and tired of thinking, how can this slacker be my wife?
Well, where should I sleep then?
I don't know, in the closet or something, somewhere out of my sight. Or you could lose some weight and get a plastic surgery.
What? Why would you say that?
I've been popular with the ladies lately. I've been getting a lot of compliments from 20-somethings on how I look. And parents at school say, you look great lately. I've been getting a lot of compliments.
Okay.
And this girl in her 20s has a great figure. She's so different from you. After seeing her body, if I saw your shabby body, I'd be so disappointed.
Are you saying that you're cheating on me?
I'm not cheating on you. I'm a teacher at a junior high school. If I did cheat, I'd be fired in a heartbeat. You're too stupid to understand that.
Then what do you mean you saw her body?
None of your business. I gotta go.
Oh, wait. You know, I don't have much money this month.
What? It's just your imagination, right?
No. I'm about 1K short.
Maybe you spent it all.
No, the deposit from you was 1K less.
What? I don't know. Gotta go.
Hi, June. Lately, Steve has been coming home very late, so I feel much better. Oh, Mia, are you alright? Is it finally happening? How are you doing? Our goal is just around the corner. Can you hang in there? Yes, I think it's tolerable now that I know it's almost over. If you feel like your life is in danger, please contact me right away, okay? I'm on your side, Mia. Thank you.
I'll be home early today, so have my dinner ready.
Oh, okay.
And I've got something to do when I get home. Just letting you know.
What? What is it?
I'm not telling you until I get home. It's called a surprise.
What? I'm curious.
I have a present for you.
A present? Why all of a sudden? It's not my birthday. It's not our anniversary.
Well, I want you to change into some costume.
Costume? What costume?
Well, anyway, I'm going home now, so just stay in your room.
What? Why?
Well, I'm in the mood, so just stay in your room. If I told you to stay in your room, you should just do so. You have a problem?
I mean, I don't have to be grounded if I haven't done anything wrong.
Huh? What are you talking about? There's plenty of wrong things you've done. You called me a thief the other day, didn't you? You said 1K is missing or something like that, right? I won't let you say you forgot.
That was because it was really short. I didn't call you a thief.
Huh? You don't go against me. You were just trying to justify yourself by making me the bad guy. Anyway, you're grounded.
What? Why?
You know what happens when you disobey me, don't you?
Why do you want me grounded?
What? Because I want to see your painful face. You know, if I put my hands on you, it's going to be domestic violence, right? That's why I don't touch you.
I think what you're doing is harassment. Even if you don't touch me, you're threatening me and forcing me to do things.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to discipline those who did wrong. I'm a teacher. I'm a professional. I'm so frustrated every day by all the excuses people make. But in this day and age, as soon as you lay a hand on someone, it's going to be a big deal.
So it's okay to harass me?
Yeah, because you're mine. A wife is the property of her husband. They don't teach that in school, but it's common sense in this world, an unspoken agreement. Are you in your room yet? We've got plenty of time today.
What are you going to do when you get home?
You scared of me? Do you want to know what I'm going to do? Don't worry, it won't hurt. I'm just gonna change you into some sexy costume.
What?
You're going to change into this costume. How is it harassment if I just make my wife change her clothes?
Huh? Whose costume?
Your costume. I ordered it for you. I think they'll fit you perfectly, but they might be a little small for your shabby little body.
I don't get it.
It's been one of my dreams, you know? It's my favorite thing, you know? My wife and the sexy costume.
What are you saying?
Anyway, stay in your room. I want to see your painful face. Hey Mia, where are you? Where'd you go?
Hi.
Where the hell are you? Why is the house so dark? You didn't run away, did you? I'll never forgive you.
I'm out.
What? Where does a housewife go at this late hour?
I have to run an errand. Did you turn on the light?
I did, but what time are you coming home?
Oh, I'm not going back to that house anymore.
Huh? Are you stupid? A teacher's wife shouldn't be wandering around late at night. What if bad rumors start? If I get fired, you can't take the responsibility, can you?
Look in the envelope on the living room table.
Huh? An envelope? What the hell is this?
Just look inside and you'll see.
What's inside? Huh? What's this?
A list of places and times and photos to prove you were unfaithful. Your cheating partner's parents' home, contact information, and divorce papers.
What? What? These pictures? Hey, when did you take these pictures?
You've been coming home late lately, and it was obvious that you were cheating on me. So it was rather easy to take those pictures.
I'm not cheating on you. I'm a teacher.
Oh, it doesn't matter whether you did or didn't. It's just the fact that someone in your position as a school teacher went to a hotel with a woman and spent a certain amount of time together. That fact is enough for me. If you call yourself a teacher, you should have been more cautious of your actions.
Huh? What do you mean?
The divorce papers are in there, so please sign them now.
Huh? What? Why? Why do I have to do that?
Because I'm divorcing you. Please sign it right now.
Huh? This is not proof. I refuse. Don't tell me what to do. This woman is from my school. I was just having a meeting with a teacher at the school.
That kind of a lie is not good. We already know who she is.
Huh? I refuse to sign. If I get divorced, it'll affect my job.
I'm afraid you don't have a choice. You still don't know what you're up against?
What? What's with your attitude today? I'm going to lock you in your room all night.
I won't be back there, and I won't be seeing you ever again.
I'm not gonna let you decide like that on your own, idiot.
Don't you get it yet, idiot?
Huh? What? Are you Who are you? Mia doesn't talk to me like that. You're not Mia, are you?
Nope, I'm someone else. But I'm not telling you who I am right now.
What? Who are you? You... Give me back Mia. You kidnapped Mia, didn't you? I'm calling the police. I'm calling them now.
Go ahead, call them if you can. Call the cops. You're the one who's gonna get caught.
What? What do you mean? Why are you being so... bossy?
You're over, Steve. I have proof of everything you've done to Mia. Enough evidence to turn you into the police.
Huh? Proof of what? What are you talking about?
I have proof of you harassing her on text. Also, there are cameras in 5 different places in your house. They recorded your harassment for the past month.
You put cameras in someone's house without permission? You're a criminal. You've been trespassing and even taking spy photos.
What? Mia was the one who put the cameras in her own house. It was hard to find evidence, but...
What? No way.
The best one was the video that was taken on the day you forced Mia to change into a sexy costume. Thank you very much. You said and did some very kinky things. It was so disgusting. It made me shudder watching it. I feel like there's no hope for the future when a junior high school teacher is such a disgusting person.
What?
I think it's a fatal error. A junior high school teacher forcing his wife to wear a sexy costume and...
No, that's...
To protect Mia's honor, I'm not going to make this video public. Or maybe I should.
No, that's... Please don't do that.
I won't do that, for now. But if you don't sign the divorce papers right now, I'll put the video on the internet.
No, you can't do that. Mia's face will be on there.
I'll make sure it's doctored so she won't be identified. But I'll make sure your face is on there. I'm sure you'll be identified right away and you'll be called by the principal.
Okay, I'll sign the papers right away. Wait.
Did you really sign it? Take a picture and send it to me.
Yes, I signed it and sent the picture. Check it out. Did you see it? You saw it, right? So delete the video.
Okay, then you have 1 hour to turn it in. They're accepting applications at night.
Huh? Now? No way.
Ready, set, go.
Wait.
It's about time, sir.
I filed the papers.
Huh? Please quit lying.
What? I'm not lying. I brought it to the clerk's office of the county courthouse.
I'm watching you. How did you submit it to the office when you haven't left your house even a single step?
What? Where are you? Are you around here?
Just go submit it. Or I'll release the video.
Okay. Wait a minute. I mean, am I really getting a divorce? I apologize. I'll quit harassing Mia. I'll become a whole new person. Please, I love her.
I'm sorry. I can't stand it. You've been harassing me every day. It's been hard on me. I don't like you anymore. I hate you. I don't want to see your face anymore. I don't even want to hear your voice anymore.
Oh, Mia. It's Mia, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was probably a bit carried away. I didn't mean it. I was just kidding.
Kidding? How can you get away with that? I was dying every day and you thought it was a joke. I can't. I really can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
Huh? Even if I apologize to you this much?
Yes, I can't. I'm sorry.
Huh? Who do you think you are? Don't go against your husband, you brainless idiot wife.
See? He snapped again. You can't be a whole new person, you jerk.
Huh? You again? Who are you?
Come on, go submit it. The divorce papers. Otherwise, I'm going to file a police report with the evidence. If you file the divorce papers, I won't go to the police now. Just go submit it.
Okay, wait a minute. I filed it. You happy?
Oh, thank God. Now we can move forward.
What the hell? Who the hell are you?
You want to know? I'm June, your little sister. Actually, I don't want to call you my brother anymore.
Huh? June? Why you?
I don't know.
Huh? What?
By the way, Mia's lawyer will be in touch with you about the division of property and stuff. Also, Mia will give you everything she had left behind in that house. And I'll send you a bill for alimony to be paid to Mia. Also, about the workplace and parents' home address of the other woman.
You're going to demand compensation from the woman? I'd rather you didn't. I don't want to bother her, you know? I apologize. I can't explain this kind of thing. Give me a break.
Don't worry about Julia. I'll explain to her everything, so don't worry.
No, please don't do that.
Last but not least, I'm going to tell you the story behind the story. That woman is a professional couple buster. Her job is to have an affair and make a couple get divorced.
What?
Julia does such a great job as a professional. I'll let her know you filed for divorce. Take care, bro. Oops, I made a mistake. You're not my brother. You're just Steve.
What? Wait. A professional couple buster. What do you mean? Hey man, I need an explanation. What do you mean by professional anyway? She was serious about me, wasn't she? Hey, don't ignore my text. Don't block me. Hey, wait, June. Please, help your brother.
After that, the school found out the fact that Steve had purchased sexy costumes and forced his wife to wear it. As a result, they also found out that he had been charged with domestic violence against me. The school's decision was to dismiss him. In order to pay the alimony, he became a teacher at a harsh cram school. And as for me, I'm freed from my ex-husband, and so I decided to work. I helped June's company, Anything Goes, with various requests. And actually, June is a staff member at Anything Goes, specializing in breakups.
Melinda, I heard you were in the hospital.
Hello, Marge. Yes, I'm in the hospital.
I was so surprised when I heard from Ken.
I'm sorry to make you worry.
So, you'll be discharged tomorrow, right?
Huh? Tomorrow?
Oh no, did you forget? We have guests coming tomorrow. I told you to come here first thing in the morning and help preparing, didn't I? Oh, before that, I'll need you to clean the room where everyone will be gathering and the entrance.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's not possible tomorrow.
Well, not only you are suddenly hospitalized, but you can't even fulfill your duties as a wife. Why did Ken choose such a useless wife?
No, this hospitalization?
Quiet. If you're not injured, you're sick. Sick means useless. It's going to be difficult to produce an heir to a family.
No, that's why...
I won't argue with you. I heard that you've been pushing Ken to do the housework lately, because you're always sick.
I wasn't pushing him.
I often see Ken shopping at the supermarket on his way home from work. I can't believe you make him stop by the supermarket in his suit. It must be embarrassing. And haven't you gained some weight recently? It shows you've been lazy and making your husband do the housework. Oh, poor Ken.
Well, Marge.
I'm going to ask you to divorce him.
What?
We'll start talking about divorce as soon as you get out of the hospital.
That's too sudden.
There's no way I'm gonna have a decent child by a feeble, useless wife. I find Ken a healthier and more energetic wife.
Oh no.
I have nothing more to say to you. After the divorce, please don't ever come near my house again. Leave Ken alone. Melinda, you said today was the day you were discharged from the hospital, right? I just went to your hospital room and you weren't there. Did we miss each other?
Ken, sorry. My father came to pick me up.
Oh, your father?
I'm at my parents' house now.
I didn't know you were going back there when you got out of the hospital. Is something wrong?
Yeah.
Is it my mom again? Can you tell me what's going on?
On my first day in the hospital, I got a message from your mother. She said she didn't want you to have a sick, useless wife, and that she wanted me to divorce you.
What? Sick? You had no choice but to be in the hospital this time, right?
I tried to explain that too, but she seemed to misunderstand my pregnancy for becoming fat because of my laziness. As she was rambling on and on, she kept saying unreasonable things to me one after the other. I stopped talking.
Oh, well, I think that's fine. If you had taught her, she probably would have gotten annoyed anyway. I think it's a good time for you to go home and relax for a while. It's obvious the mom is causing you a lot of stress. I feel better all around if you stay at your parents' home.
I'm sorry I didn't discuss this with you beforehand. I was planning to come back, but this morning, my father suggested that I should come back their home. I thought about the possibility that my mother-in-law, who loves her son so much, might find out about my every move. So I thought it would be better to tell you after the fact.
Yeah, that's good. That was the right thing to do. In fact, she's been staying in the house since you were hospitalized.
Is that so?
Under the current circumstances, it's not a good idea for you two to see each other. She said she would do the housework until you get better. I was worried that she might do something when I wasn't around. And now here you are. Nice decision by your dad.
Well, good.
Let's not correct she misinterpreted your pregnancy as weight gain. I'll take care of things over here. You should get some rest now.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Melinda, I heard you gave birth to a grandchild. And it's a boy. That's great. But aren't you a bit secretive? I can't believe you were pregnant. You haven't come back here once since you got out of the hospital. I suggested to Ken that you get a divorce, but he just said he didn't want to. I couldn't talk to him about anything because he became so grumpy. Now that I think about it, you were pregnant. So you went back home to have your parents help you with their baby. To tell the truth, you should have given birth here instead of going back to your parents' house. Well, you gave birth to a boy who will be the heir to the family. I'll let you off the hook for this one time. So, when are you coming back here? I think it's been about a month since the birth. We're gonna show off our heir of the family to all our relatives and neighbors. Come back as soon as possible.
Long time no see, Marge. I have no intention of going back there.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're my son's wife. You're not even allowed to run back to your parents' house easily. You have a lot of negative problems. Being a sick and useless wife. You need to make up for that by serving your family the best you can.
A sick and useless wife? I have never been healthier in my life when I was hospitalized.
Oh, well, then why were you rushed to the hospital? If you weren't so feeble, it wouldn't have happened, would it?
I was suffering from morning sickness.
Morning sickness?
I could barely stand up, so the doctor recommended that I should be hospitalized.
You were hospitalized at a gynecology clinic.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me?
I lost the desire to tell you.
Huh?
I was gonna tell you about the pregnancy when I was stable, but when I was gonna be hospitalized, we thought we should tell you even though it's earlier than we had planned. Ken and I were talking about it. Before I could tell you, I received an angry message from you calling me a feeble wife.
Oh,
Oh, Marge. When I tried to explain the reason for my hospitalization, you interrupted me, told me to shut up and not to talk back. You went on and on complaining about me. At this rate, if my baby was a girl, I was afraid of what you might do to me while I was pregnant. I decided to take refuge at my parents' house and keep quiet until the baby was born safely.
oh, I see. Well, it turned out to be a boy after all. Let's just say everything turned out all right. And let bygones be bygones.
Huh?
So, when are you coming back? I can't wait to see the face of my grandson.
Do you think it's that simple? Goodbye.
What? Wait, Melinda. Mom, it's Ken. Oh, Ken. Hey, I was just messaging with Melinda. I know. I was watching from the side. Oh, you're with Melinda? Yeah, I'm with her. We're together. I mean, I moved in with Melinda at her parents' house. What? I'll get to the point. The point? I honestly don't care about being the firstborn or about how my wife should behave and so on. What? My first priority is to protect my family, Melinda and my son. I'm not gonna have a mother who bullies my precious family members. I'm cutting you out of my life. Cutting me out? Of course I won't let you hold your grandchild ever. Oh no! The grandchild is our family's heir. So are you. You think you're gonna get away with this? Dad agreed. So it's okay, right? What? You know what? What do you mean about the heir? Only you say old-fashioned things like that. I mean, we're just a regular working family. But, well, that's it then. Don't bother us anymore. Wait, Ken!
Later, apparently, my mother-in-law was making vicious phone calls and texted me. I had already set rejecting and blocking of calls while she was messaging with my husband, so it was no problem. The next day, my husband and I changed our phone numbers. After that, my mother-in-law was desperately searching for the whereabouts of her beloved son, Ken, and her grandchild. She's a person who's not interested in information about her daughter-in-law to a splendid degree, so she does not know the address of my parents' house. I'm spending my days peacefully without any fear of being abused. On another note, I have been in contact with my father-in-law, who has been very understanding of the situation. He sometimes tells me how my mother-in-law is doing. He said that she doesn't know the meaning of remorse, and so that the day when she can see her grandchild may never come. He also said the word divorce has appeared in his mind lately.
Come on, Hannah. Answer. Hannah?
Long time no see.
Long time no see. You haven't contacted me in 2 months.
What?
What do you mean, what? You still don't realize you're the wife of this family, do you?
No,
As a husband's mother, I went out of my way to contact you. No matter what, replying is the highest priority. That's another thing you should know as a wife, okay? So be careful next time.
excuse me, but...
I haven't finished talking yet. Don't interrupt. Just be quiet and listen to me.
Huh?
First, the other day, I got to see where you guys moved to.
Where we moved to?
Then, well, you haven't done any housework at all. There were dirty clothes all over the place. The dishes had not been washed. There were snack bags and a ton of convenience store sandwich wrappers in the trash. There was also a mountain of beer cans left on the table. My Kevin doesn't drink, so it must be you, right?
No, I'm allergic to alcohol.
I told you not to interrupt.
Sorry.
Also, the dust was so thick. You haven't vacuumed, have you? I allowed you to work after marriage because you said you could balance housework and work life. If it means not to take care of your husband, then quit your job. After all, a woman should stay at home after marriage.
Are we done here?
Huh?
You seem to have made a lot of mistakes, so let me correct them.
I won't allow you to talk back to me.
We are divorced.
Yes, I know.
What? Even though you know you called me your daughter-in-law or his wife?
Of course. Listen, Hannah. Even if you get divorced, as long as you live together, you're Kevin's wife and my daughter-in-law. You should be devoted to your beloved husband and treat me, his mother, with respect.
Do you understand what you're saying? Divorce means we're apart. From the day we stopped being husband and wife, we started our separate lives. It's weird to talk about taking care of each other.
I thought I told you. Do not talk back to your mother-in-law.
This is not back-talking. I'm being perfectly reasonable.
How so? I'll say it again. If you neglect taking care of your husband, you are not qualified as a wife. If you can't balance business and housework, then get out of the business. If you want, I can tell your company that you're resigning.
Don't do that. I'm sure I wouldn't be let go based on someone else's submission, but I don't want you to make trouble at work.
Then why don't you just resign?
If I do that, I won't be able to make a living.
Well, what's with the tone of voice? Are you saying that you can't live on his salary?
That's not what I meant.
That's just because you're not a good enough wife. Being good at making ends meet is also the role of a wife, who is supposed to protect the family.
I'm divorced now, so I'm not his wife.
You still say that? Divorce is no reason to neglect housework.
Well, whatever. I'm living in another part of the country now.
What?
I got transfer offer right after the divorce, so I moved.
Well, the wife is living away on business? Oh my God.
I'm not his wife, and I'm not living away on business.
You should quit right away and come back.
What?
Well, I'm not a monster, so I'll give you some time. I've heard that it takes about a month to resign, so I'll wait that long. I'll take care of Kevin during that time. You need to hurry up and resign and come back to Kevin.
I told you I'm divorced.
Please stop quibbling.
Quibbling?
You got that?
Kevin, long time no see. Can you talk now?
Hey, Hannah. Long time no see.
I'm sorry for contacting you, even though we are divorced.
No, that's totally fine. We didn't get divorced because we weren't getting along. I'm sure things will change if I get a girlfriend. But for now, don't worry about it.
Yeah, great.
So, what's up?
I need to talk to you about your mom.
Oh, my mom? What did she do this time?
She contacted me the other day, but she doesn't make any sense.
What happened?
To sum it up, she said that even though we were divorced, I was still her daughter-in-law and Kevin's wife. So I had to take care of Kevin. And if I can't balance work and housework, then I had to resign from my job.
What? Then what did you say to her?
I told her that we were divorced, so we weren't obligated to each other, and that I wasn't her daughter-in-law or his wife now. And she was like, even if we were divorced, yada yada. It was going nowhere. I gave up.
Oh God, you still can't get through to her, can you?
Speaking of which, she still calls you my Kevin.
Stop, you're making me depressed.
I'm sorry. You still haven't gotten over yet?
About that, right after we got divorced, my parents separated.
Oh, really?
After that, my mom's interference with me got worse. I just wanted to get away. I left my parents' house in the middle of the night a week ago, sneakingly.
I see. That must have been hard on you too.
She's the reason we got divorced. I thought I could help you escape if I divorced you. I guess I was naive.
I'll be fine. Actually, I was transferred to a place quite far away. I'm not worried about her bursting in on me or anything.
Oh, really? Then that's good.
But don't I need to worry about you?
Why me?
Your mother. When she found out I couldn't take care of you, she says she'd do it herself. Does this mean she knows where you live now?
Huh? I didn't tell her.
You didn't? Well, yesterday's message made it sound like she'd already been inside your house. Is it possible that the address leaked out from somewhere and she broke in while you were gone?
No, that wouldn't happen.
How do you know for sure?
I just got a new job. I'm in a dormitory. They have a rule that outsiders, even family members, can't come in without permission. It's a long way from my parents' house, so I'm pretty sure they haven't been there.
I see.
That's a mystery.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's not like any real harm has been done.
Oh, so it's okay then.
As for me, I'm not planning on going back to my parents' house anymore. In fact, I haven't even really read her messages. I'm going to block her eventually. I don't care what my mom does. I've decided to handle it that way.
I see.
I think it's okay for you to block Mom too. You're in no more of a position to have anything to do with it than I am, and I don't want you to get stuck with her anymore.
I agree. I've been kind of concerned about what she's been up to, so I just left it as it was. I think I'll just keep an eye on things and eventually block her.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Okay, thanks for today. Good night.
Good night. Hey, Hannah, what's this all about?
What is it?
I was cleaning Kevin's room. A woman I don't know suddenly came in. She screamed, "What are you doing in my room?" I wondered what was going on, and then a middle-aged man came in, and they started fighting. And he was yelling at me too. I was so freaked out that I hid myself in the bathroom. I don't know what's going on.
I'm afraid that I don't think this house has anything to do with Kevin.
Huh?
Where are you now?
I'm in an apartment on James Street.
What? Is it being an apartment building called James Street Heights?
Yes, it is. Room 202. I'm here to clean up the mess instead for you, since you aren't taking care of Kevin. You and Kevin live here, right?
Why did you think that?
Because there were enough dishes for both of you. And now you're making no sense.
That apartment? It was my aunt's apartment, where I was staying for about 10 days right after my divorce.
Your aunt?
But my aunt moved out of there a month and a half ago. So it must be preoccupied by new people now.
That can be right, because the address of this place was in Kevin's room. I found a note in his desk.
I think Kevin just wrote down what I told him.
Huh?
When I left your house, he was supposed to mail me anything I may have forgotten. I told him I'd be there until the certain date, so he was supposed to send it to me. Maybe he forgot to throw away the old notes.
What the? I thought he left me his address, so I could see him anytime, so I didn't have to look for him. Then, where is Kevin now?
I don't know.
Tell me.
He didn't tell me either.
I know you're lying. How can a wife not know where her husband is?
As I said before, we're already divorced.
So, even if you're divorced?
You're the cause of a divorce.
What? Me?
Kevin has always hated you being overbearing. After we got married, you treated me as if I were your personal servant. He thought it was his fault. He was driven into a mental corner.
What?
After talking it over, Kevin and I decided to lighten the load by divorcing. And here we are now.
Oh no. What's wrong with the mother caring about her son?
I said he was overbearing. Kevin was burdened by your excessive doting.
I beg your pardon?
By the way, are you sure you want to continue?
What?
You're currently holed up in someone else's bathroom.
Oh no! I hear police sirens outside.
Well, I'm sure you do. First, let's talk about the apartment key. After the current residents, a working couple, forgot to lock the door when they went to work. Then my ex-mother-in-law broke into the apartment. She found the key left on the table and made a duplicate key without permission. Every few days, she visited the place to take care of her son. Finally, on the day, she ran into the couple who lived in the house. So, my ex-mother-in-law got into trouble with the police. This triggered my ex-father-in-law, who she was separated from, to slap divorce papers on her. She cried like a baby, saying that she didn't want to be alone, without knowing the whereabouts of her beloved son. With no family home and no one to rely on, she began to live alone. Now she lives in an apartment for single people, crying every night. That was written in the message that she sent to me just before I blocked her.
Andrea, you've been slacking on your chores again. I asked you to clean the bathroom yesterday, remember? Why is it still dirty? What were you doing all this time? Stop being lazy and get on with it. Oh, also clean my garden today. My beautiful garden is so messy now. And when you're done with all that, go grocery shopping and prepare dinner. Got it? Now move. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm in my last month of pregnancy, so I can't move that much. I just drove you earlier and I feel so tired, Mom. I can't do such chores today. Huh? We just went shopping for a few things. Oh God, you're overreacting. Actually, Noah texted me earlier, saying I should not drive and go outside. I hope you understand. For the sake of my baby, I'm sorry, Mom. I will do my best to do the housework after the baby's born. Oh, really? I think you're being too spoiled by my son. I've told you many times, pregnancy is not a disease or something. You'll do the chores once the baby is born? So we're supposed to live in a dirty house that hasn't been cleaned in the meantime? What's the purpose of living together then? Huh? You know, I don't want to say things like this, but since you don't seem to understand, I have to tell you. You don't have any gratitude to me for accepting a poor woman like you without parents as a wife. If you were grateful, you wouldn't act like that, you know? Mom, I think it's two different things. Besides, we live in a two-family house, and we could separate the housework. Excuse me? So you want to disrespect me like that? You put locks on your side of the house you live in? If I have a key, I would have dragged you over here to do the chores. It's only natural for a wife to clean the house, but you keep making excuses. But first of all, it's a waste of time talking over text. Now get your ass over here now. Mom, don't bang on the door so much. Then come out quickly or I'll break this front door. Mom, please stop. Hey, I need your help, please. Andrea? Sorry, I'm at work and I couldn't answer your call. What happened? It's about Mom. I'm already in my last month of pregnancy and she keeps saying crazy things to me. I don't think I could bear this. What? She makes me drive the car and she pushes me to do one chore after another. She won't let me rest at all. Is that true? Of course. I've done everything I can, but I'm at my wit's end. Oh God, how could she do that to a pregnant woman? I don't know how to say this, but she was banging on our front door earlier, telling me to hurry up and do the chores. If she had the key, she'd drag me out to do the chores. She also said she'd break the door if I didn't come out. What? She went back home to watch her favorite TV show. But when it's over, I'm sure she'll come knocking on the door again. I'm so scared. I'm afraid that it's going to affect my baby. But if I refuse, I think she will really break the door. And if that happens, I don't know what's going to happen. That's a crazy mother-in-law. What about Noah? You haven't talked to him about it? Of course I've talked to him. But Mom only comes when it's just the two of us like this. Noah's never seen her in action. I see. Oh, I just remembered that Noah is on a business trip, right? Yes, he will be back the day after tomorrow. I don't want to live in this house anymore. I'm so scared. My poor sister. Okay, can you wait just one more hour? What? Yeah, I think Mom will be watching TV for a while. Well, in the meantime, you pack up what you need. I'll pick you up soon. What? But you're still at work, right? I don't want to cause trouble for you. Don't worry. I'll be on my lunch break in a few minutes. Just think about yourself and your baby now, not about me. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to have you as a big brother. Andrea, are you okay? Your brother told me everything. I'm really sorry. I'm fine. But when we were about to leave the house, your mother went crazy. I was only able to get out of the house because my brother was there. I can't imagine how angry your mother is right now. But I'm glad to know that you are safe now. Your brother sent me a video when you left home. What? Really? My mom really went crazy. I can't believe that she's my mother. I mean, you told me before that she was being mean to you, but is she always like that? Yeah, it was really bad, Noah. But I didn't know how to tell you. I mean, she is your mother who gave birth to you. But it was just too much for me. I want to show our convo too. Yes, of course. It's something I need to know. I'm really sorry that you've had to go through this alone. I'm on your side, Andrea. From now on, if you ever have any problems, you can definitely talk to me about it. Noah, thank you for understanding. I'm at my brother's apartment now. That's good. Your brother was kind enough to let me cut short my business trip. I'm just getting ready to go home, so I'll be there later tonight. Besides, I've got some things on my mind. Oh yeah? Like what? I will tell you later. Okay then, I will wait for you. But if you're tired, you can go to bed first. But right now, I want you to take care of yourself and the baby. We can talk in the morning. I'm sure you're tired, so don't push yourself too hard. Thank you, Noah. I love you. Mom, we need to talk. Noah! There's a big problem in the house. Andrea just left the house. What? Her brother came to our house earlier. I don't know what he told her. He said terrible things to me and he took her away. And it's so weird that Andrea was prepared to leave on the spot. I don't understand what's going on. She can't even do the housework and she left us like this. What kind of wife is she? And yet she's so arrogant and rebellious. I hate her so much. What did Andrea and her brothers say to you? What? I mean, what exactly did they say to you? They said things like, I should be doing the chores because she's pregnant. I don't know why we're living together. Isn't that terrible? What a heartless thing to say to your own family. Just thinking about it makes me sad. Oh Lord, they're really terrible people. I see. It's really terrible. You think they're terrible too, right? Well, I want to tell you something. I try not to interfere with you and your wife as much as possible, but she is so paranoid all the time. I can't say she's persistent or mean. I'm really tired of just being with her. She's really mean to me, son. Just because she's pregnant, she thinks it's okay to verbally abuse her mother-in-law. That's all I want to say. She is a terrible wife. I don't want to say anything too bad about your wife, but you know, I've been holding back too. It's just too bad. You have to make her change her attitude and way of thinking. If you don't, you'll have a hard time in the future. I see your point, Mom. Actually, I got a call from her brother, and I knew Andrea left home. What? Really? Then you also know where she went? Of course I do. She's at her brother's place right now. Anyway, what I want to say is, don't forget that Andrea is in her last month of pregnancy. Yeah, I know that. That's all I want to say. Good night, Mom. Oh, wait. You're coming back the day after tomorrow, right? I'll convince Andrea to come back by then. And I'll make sure to educate her on how to behave as a wife so she won't do anything stupid like this anymore. So don't worry, son. Andrea! What the hell are you thinking? Don't ignore me. Answer me now. Hey, Mom. What took you so long to reply? Your relatives are barging in. I've been waiting for you to come back. And now what? I can't believe that you were planning to move my stuff from the house. Are you trying to get me out of this house? How could you do that to me, you useless wife? I accepted you as daughter-in-law who has no family. Instead of being thankful to me, you disrespected me like this. I will tell everything to my son. I can't do this anymore. You two should get a divorce as soon as possible. You wait and see. Mom? Noah, just in time. I'm in trouble. Listen to me. Andrea's relatives are here and they're moving my stuff out without my permission. They're trying to get rid of me. If anyone should leave, it's Andrea, not me. It's unbelievable, right? She's a useless wife who can't even do her own housework. And now this? She's trying to revenge on me. I can't believe you married a woman like that. What? Andrea is useless and she's doing revenge? If anyone should leave, it's my wife? Mom, what on earth are you talking about? Don't you get it? First of all, you bought this house. If she doesn't want to live with me, she should be the one leaving this house, not me. Right, son? This is why people who don't have parents have no common sense and are selfish. Even if no one educated her, she is an adult and should at least have some common sense. And she's taking advantage of the fact that we're providing for her and putting on a big face. Oh my goodness! Mom, it's true that Andrea doesn't have parents, but that doesn't mean she wanted to be that way. Her parents died in a car accident and Andrea had to suffer a lot. She has no common sense? No way. She's a humble and modest woman. Besides, she has brothers and relatives who have been supporting her. So please don't talk like that, Mom. Noah, you are manipulated by that woman. I've been treated so badly, you know. And you're saying I should shut my mouth and let it go? No way! Treated you badly, huh? Yes! I sacrificed myself so that Andrea could live comfortably even though we live in two houses. I sacrificed myself to support you. And yet she trampled on my feelings like this. Noah, you're divorcing her soon, right? Your own mother has been treated so badly. You have to demand alimony and leave her as soon as possible. You will do that, right, son? You said the other day that you can't live with such a horrible person, didn't you? I didn't say that. You said it! When I told you that Andrea and her brother verbally abused me, you agreed with me that it was terrible. I did say that, but I didn't mean to say that they are terrible. You know what? Let me ask you something. Do you know who owns the house? Huh? Of course, it's you, right? No, it's not. What? Then is it your father? Nope. Huh? Who then? My brother-in-law. What? Andrea's brother? Yes, so now you get it. You should be the one leaving the house. Are you joking? I don't believe that. I know it's under your name. How can a poor person without parents build a house? A poor person? Yes, those poor and disrespectful people, Andrea and her brother. Mom, did you forget? The president of the company I work for is owned by Andrea's brother. Huh? The president? You didn't tell me that. Even the land of the house. It was originally Andrea's grandparents' house. So her brother inherited the land and still manages it. Huh? You're kidding, right? Listen, I thought I explained it to you when we built the house. Why don't you remember such an important thing? Oh no. Then maybe you forgot this too? Huh? What? Do you remember why we built a two-family house on the land that is under Andrea's brother's name? Of course! It's because we could live together, right? There's no other reason. So you didn't listen to me at all. What? The house was originally built for me and Andrea, my brother-in-law, and his fiancée to live in. However, my brother-in-law's fiancée is currently overseas for work, so the wedding was postponed for now. So it was decided that Andrea and I would move in first. But you took advantage and moved in with us while Dad is away for work. I couldn't believe it when you moved in with us. You started living in a house that wasn't yours. What are you talking about? I had no choice but to talk to my brother-in-law about it. He agreed to let you stay there until he got married and moved in. So you were living in my brother's house until now. You could have been kicked out any time, but the brother was kind enough to let you stay. I guess you don't remember this either. Are you serious? That can't be true. I explained everything to you, didn't I? You don't remember anything about this? Of course, Dad knows everything too. But when we talked about back then, I thought Andrea didn't want to live with me and she was just being selfish. Huh? I just thought you convinced her that time. How did you come to that conclusion? You're interpreting things for your own good. Who's the one being selfish, barging in here without permission and living at a house that wasn't even yours? How dare you talk to my wife like that? But that's why her brother, which is the landlord, got mad. He was so nice to you and you should know that. Don't exaggerate things. They are all crazy. How can you not be mad if your precious pregnant sister is treated badly at the house? So, you should be the one who has to leave the house. But, don't you feel bad for your own mother? Can you talk to them? Do you want me to talk to them? The only thing I can say to them is, my insane mother will never come near our house or Andrea again. What? You're going to stay with Dad from now on. That's why we're moving Mom's stuff out this time. Wait a minute, I don't like that. Dad's already committed to working at the new place until he retires. I know you didn't want to live in the countryside, that's why you stayed here, but after what you did, you should go live with Dad now, so good luck with that. I don't want to! I can't! I don't want to leave! I knew you would say that, but it's too late now. You should be thankful you have a place to go. But... Bye, Mom. Take care always. My husband showed me the conversation with his mom. It was shocking to know that she forgot everything about the house, but I'm glad to know that she realized her own position now. I was relieved to think that I was now free from her. When my husband asked his dad for advice, he immediately decided to take her in. They're going to move into the company housing together. According to my husband, Mom will have a hard time building relationships at the company housing since she is not a sociable person. However, Dad thinks it will be better this way. After a few weeks, I gave birth to a baby girl and my brother and his wife decided to live with us. They are very supportive of us and we are now living comfortably and stress-free.
Hi, Cassidy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but can you prepare some money urgently? I need it right away for an additional surgery. Hi, Heidi. An additional surgery? Are you okay? Was there a problem with the recovery from last month's surgery?
Unfortunately, it's so hard to deal with all these issues while being sick, you know? So about the money, can you manage it? If possible, 10,000.
10,000? Oh my god. Are you taking a bigger surgery than before? It's more expensive than last month. Are you sure you're okay? I'll go talk to the doctor at the hospital to get more information. Have you contacted Jason yet? If you haven't,
Oh, don't worry about that. He's a very sweet boy and I don't want to trouble him with unnecessary worries. If he finds out that I'm having consecutive surgeries, he won't be able to focus on his work either, that's for sure.
But you kept the one you had last month as a secret to him, and I've already loaned you 5,000. If you need 10,000 this time, it's a bit too much for me to afford that by myself.
Oh my, are you not allowed to handle that much money alone? After all, Jason is a responsible man. You're a lazy woman. If he lets you manage the money, who knows how it might be spent?
Oh, do you think so? I've never been called lazy.
You see, you haven't even gotten pregnant yet. It's been a year since you got married and time is precious. What do you do every day without even working? Neglecting your duties as a wife and lazing around, it's embarrassing.
I'm working, you know. I'm currently working from home, not just lazing around.
Here you go. Excuses. I just want you to be a proper wife. This is why I said that you're lazy. Your rebellion against your mother-in-law is a disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay. But regarding the child, I'm seeing the specialist. Jason and I discuss things as a couple, so...
Are you still talking back to me? I don't care what you claim, but what about the money? Jason's my only son, you know. I want you to understand that much, at least. Keep it a secret from him, okay?
I don't quite understand what you mean by keep it a secret. Do you mean you don't want him to know about your illness? I didn't tell him about last month's surgery because it was a minor procedure, but this time...
It's no big deal this time either. So will you have the money ready soon?
No, I still need to talk to him about it.
I told you, I don't want him to worry. You really lack of kindness, you know? You don't care about other people's feelings. If he finds out and gets upset, I'll be sad too. Both of us will be hurt. I wonder if you lack a sense of compassion, not just as a daughter-in-law, but as a person.
I'm sorry.
That's why I was against your marriage. The amount of disposable money I've had is completely different since you came into the family.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
Never mind. I'll ask Jason directly.
Hun, again? Give me a break.
What's wrong? What are you talking about?
I heard you were nasty to my mom again. She complained like crazy and I barely had a lunch break. Come on, please, just get along a bit better with her. She's a pain in the neck. Don't get all irritated and mean. She's your mother-in-law, so try to be considerate.
Huh? I didn't say anything mean.
She said you threatened to spill some secret favor that was asked between you two.
What the heck? That's not it. It's true I was asked for a favor, but it was about something really significant. I couldn't make the decision alone, so I told her I would consult with you.
That's not at all what she said.
What do you mean? Are you trying to say that I'm lying?
Look, I'm not taking sides, but she has more life experience, you know. You need to handle things better in that aspect.
But you see...
Yeah, sure, excuses. Just act more like an obedient wife. Instead of complaining all the time, try to be a bit more patient. Anyway, if you want this relationship to last, figure it out. I gotta get back to work.
I think you'll get angry if we talk face to face, so I'll say it here. I want you to divorce Jason.
What on earth are you saying out of the blue?
You see, before you married him, he had a fiancée. She was the daughter of my acquaintance, a professor at a university. She had a very feminine physique, was stunningly beautiful, and had the intelligence of her father. She was a pleasant person to talk to, and I really liked her. She was the complete opposite of you in many ways.
I haven't heard anything about this from him.
Of course not. He's so kind. I believed he stayed silent because he thought it might hurt you. The professor is a genetist. He said that the exceptional genes of Jason and his daughter were an incredible match. We had intentions of having them marry. Oh my God, I had no idea he had a fiancée.
Are you saying I stole him from someone else?
Exactly. You suddenly appeared and took away my precious son. That's why I want you guys to divorce as soon as possible. For Jason's happiness, I want him to have children soon. He'd be much better off with a woman who's genetically compatible than an incompetent woman like you. Just pay me $10,000 in compensation for the act of swaying him. You can send me a check as usual.
Compensation? Are you saying that I have to pay you? Why is that?
Why? You took away my only son, isn't it obvious? You're the one at fault here, and I'm the victim.
Anyway, I'll ask him tonight when he gets home. It's a serious matter, and I want to hear it from him directly.
You know, he's so sweet. I doubt that he'll be honest with you.
He couldn't even bring himself to ask for a divorce, poor thing. Wait, is he also saying that he wants a divorce? We were together this morning, and he didn't mention anything. I mean, I've never heard a single word about a fiancé until now.
I've told you, right? He's really a considerate person. He knows that you'll get hurt if he tells the truth. He's too distressed to speak up, so I finally convey his feelings for him. But here you are, you want to confront him and cause him more trouble. You really are the worst.
Oh no, you mean he never loved me?
Well, I'm sorry, but you and I are also not compatible at all. Maybe you can consider this as fate, not being on your side.
Even if he's kind and couldn't bring himself to hurt me by speaking up, keeping something this important a secret for so long, why did he choose me over that person to marry in the first place? Maybe he was pressured into marriage by you and he couldn't refuse. It's all your fault for taking advantage of his kindness. Being with a wife who lacks common sense like you, it's nothing but a massive source of stress on him.
I see. I guess there's no point in staying married if we're both disgusted with each other.
Oh, you're quite obedient at the end.
Okay, I agree to the divorce, but it can't happen immediately. So please, give us at least a month to file the papers. I need to prepare for my future as well.
If you pay me the $10,000 immediately, that'll be fine.
Huh?
Send me a check right away. Then I'll wait for a month. If you don't, file for divorce right now. Hey, Cassidy, hurry up and send me the check. I said I'll wait if you did. I knew you were irresponsible, but to think you can't even keep a promise. What a terrible person you turned out to be. Hey, answer me. You're deliberately ignoring me even though you're seeing this, aren't you? That's how you bully the elderly. If you can't even have kids, get out of there at this second. If you don't want to, just send the check already. Cassidy, you're intentionally defying me, aren't you? Until you send me the check, I'm going to call your home phone every single day. And I heard that you accused Jason last night. I won't forgive you. From today, he won't go back there again. Such a wife is a bad influence on him. Poor him. What in the world is going on? What are these? Cassidy, what are these documents? Answer me.
Oh, Heidi, you got them, huh?
You've been ignoring me for a month. And what's with that attitude?
I haven't. What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. I rang your home phone every day and you never answered it.
Oh, that was you.
Yes, since you broke your promise and didn't send the check, I called to harass you.
It was an unknown number, so I intentionally didn't answer. I was wondering who it was. I see, it was you, and you clearly said you were calling to harass me.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
You just said so yourself, didn't you?
I don't remember saying that. That's not important. What are these documents?
Oh, those. Well, those are a copy of all the abusive remarks you've made to me over the past year, along with a diagnosis of depression since I had to see a psychiatrist because of that. And then a claim for compensation since my husband and I are getting a divorce because of you. And a bill for the $5,000 you owe me.
What the heck are you talking about?
And finally, the divorce papers. Can you give them to Jason? He's staying with you, right?
What in the world? A bill? Divorce papers? I'm totally confused. I was supposed to get $10,000 from you. Why do I have to face claims from you? This is completely unfair.
Okay, let me break this down one by one. First, you've been verbally abusive to me for the past year. There's a list of the abusive remarks, along with the dates and times they were made.
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't remember any of those.
Well, because it's through text messages, even if you don't remember, it's documented here. So even if you insist you don't remember, there's no way around it.
This must be your forgery. These documents can be easily manipulated. How dare you try to extort money with forged documents from me? Such a shameless woman.
Well, yes, as evidence, it might be weak, but I was diagnosed with depression as a result of it until recently. Interestingly, my symptoms cleared up suddenly once the divorce was decided.
You say that as if the stress is gone. You were the one bullying me and enjoying yourself. You're making false accusations while conveniently seeking compensation. What's going on here? It's repulsive.
That's fine, say what you want, but don't forget that I'm taking screenshots of this conversation as evidence. Anyway, I've sent you the invoices and everything I just told you. If you wish to fight back against them, you can go through a lawyer.
Geez, you've been talking nonsense for a while now.
I don't know if it's nonsense or what, but the fact is I experienced emotional abuse from you, which led to a diagnosis of depression. And the fact is that you were the cause of my divorce. Additionally, your son, who was raised under your control and domination, also ended up controlling and dominating me in the same way,
repeating the cycle of emotional abuse towards me. These are the facts, supported by evidence, and the result of consulting a lawyer.
Hold on. What are you saying about Jason?
You're a control freak who wants to dominate your over 30-year-old son.
You know nothing about raising a child. You're childless. As a mother, it's only natural to find your son endearing, no matter how old he is.
Certainly, as a mother, it's natural to worry about one's child and want to lend a helping hand or offer advice in any way. But doing so to an adult child becomes overbearing. From a young age, you've dictated everything for him. School, studies, friends, hobbies, bath times, and even when to sleep and wake up. If he doesn't follow your decisions, you're upset. Do you know what happens to a child raised in such an environment?
Cassidy?
Now he tries to find meaning in his existence by imposing his ideas on his wife. You and your son are a classic case of this overbearing parent-child dynamic.
Are you trying to blame me for this? Are you saying that because of my parenting, he's now engaging in emotional abuse?
He leaves everything related to marriage and divorce to you. Even though he's over 30, he still obeys every command you told him. That's the reality, isn't it?
Once you start talking so eloquently, you put it in quite a way. Despite needing to fulfill your role as a woman properly, you're acting all high and mighty, but you're not without your share of reasons for the divorce either.
Oh, really? And what might those be?
I should have been surrounded by grandchildren inheriting the strongest genes by now, but thanks to you swooping in and taking him away, that dream has been shattered. A perfect reason for a divorce, I'd say. A barren woman like you is utterly useless.
You're making enemies out of all women undergoing infertility treatments, you know. Dealing with it is extremely tough and costly. I've been through a lot and struggled with it myself.
I feel sorry for you. I wonder what the point of being born as a woman.
You're truly despicable. That's what you are. Then go ahead and say that to your own son. Pity him, unable to leave any descendants, a useless existence that serves no purpose. Question the meaning of being born as a man.
Why would I need to tell him that? Unlike you, he is healthy. Don't insult him with your baseless accusations.
You are the one doing exactly that. The reason we couldn't have children is because of his infertility issue. Didn't you hear about it?
No. Because of him?
Yup, it was revealed from the tests. I included the result along with the divorce papers. Didn't you see it?
Really? Well, it's true. The cause is azoospermia. Is this kind of joke? My son is like this?
I couldn't bring myself to tell you until now, but the truth is, he's the reason. He knows as the result was out 6 months ago.
Oh, God.
Instead of examining genetic compatibility, you should have looked into more fundamental matters, you know. There's one more thing I want to say to you.
What is it now? You got more to say? Do you enjoy picking on an old lady? You really have a twisted sense of humor, don't you?
If you had been a more respectable person, I wouldn't have had to resort to these actions. You lied to me, didn't you? You said you needed surgery because of an illness.
Well, that's...
On the day I was admitted for the infertility test, you mentioned having surgery at the same hospital. So I went to the ward to greet the nurses, but there was no record of you in the admission history.
I just got confused with the name of the hospital. You invaded my privacy by looking into my medical records without permission.
And what about you invading your son's privacy? I heard you went on a trip to Hawaii instead. The $5,000 I lent you was used for that trip, right? I received calls from the travel agency and the credit card company. They said the payment was insufficient for the withdrawal. I also found out that you had borrowed money from Jason multiple times before.
No, I don't owe him money. He gave it to me.
You're really despicable. Allowing yourself to freely use his money? You better stop this overbearing behavior. You're truly the worst kind of human being.
You don't have to go that far. I told you I was just looking out for him and managing the finances.
Come to think of it, you did mention once that the money you could use freely decreased after he married me. If you really cared about him, you wouldn't make such statements. As for why you needed the $10,000 for additional surgery, it was because you had payments to make for things bought during the trip. Why do you... It's not what you think, I've had enough of this. I don't want anything to do with you and Jason anymore. From now on, please communicate with me through my lawyer. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we cut contacts? Wait. You don't have to rush and say it's the end. We can talk about this more thoroughly. No, I have nothing more to say to you. I'm actually grateful for the circumstances that led to this divorce. If I had a child, I might not have been able to break free from your influence. I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to block you now. Goodbye. Hold on! Cassidy! Please, listen to me. Come back! The divorce was successfully finalized. Strangely, Jason's the one making monthly payments for the compensation and debts from Heidi. It seems that she continues to live dependent on him, and he also appears to be unable to break free from her influence. Rumor has it that news of what exactly happened came out, and the professor's daughter even severed ties with them. As for me, I got a chihuahua after my divorce. While attending a dog training school, I met and married an instructor there. Now I'm cheerfully navigating the days with a lively 1-year-old boy and the chihuahua, feeling grateful for my happiness.
Hey Nora, what's up with the lunch? Are you messing with me?
I made it just for you. I made it with fruit salad and other things to balance it out. How is it I'm messing with you?
You know I don't like vegetables, right?
Yes, but I looked for a recipe that even a child who hates vegetables could eat, and I made it for you. I put particular effort into the seasoning and so on.
I don't care about seasoning. If you know I don't like vegetables, you're messing with me.
But if there's only meat, it's not balanced, right?
That's right, but I wanted fried chicken. But all that was in there was grilled chicken breast. Where's the fried chicken? This lunch is torture.
Torture? You're exaggerating. I made you fried chicken yesterday.
You just baked it in the oven, didn't you? That's not fried food. What I want is real fried chicken.
Oh my, you're a picky eater. On top of that, you've been gaining weight lately, haven't you? You've even had a lot of health issues. You keep wanting to eat fried food, but if you eat anything you want, you'll get sick.
Shut up. Instead of moderating your diet for your health, eat whatever you want as much as you want. If it kills you, so be it. Life is short and fulfilling. That's what I believe.
But I want you to live a long and healthy life.
There's no point in living a long life eating food that don't taste good. That's why I'm throwing away today's lunch.
Oh no, what a waste of food. Prices have gone up recently, and the cost of food is getting higher.
It's your fault for buying vegetables that I hate. If you're gonna talk about food costs, you should only buy my favorite foods. If you're my wife, you're supposed to make lunches that your husband will be happy to eat.
But when you say your favorite food, it's all meat and mac and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese, I love it. I'll make some today.
Stop it! You had it for dinner last night too. You didn't touch any of the side dishes at dinner. Just the mashed potatoes and gravy.
That's because you only cook food that don't taste good. I'm so unlucky to have horrible cook for a wife. You can't even cook a satisfactory meal. And yet, you're always harping on about my health.
I used to cook a lot before we got married. Nobody has seemed to mind up to now.
That's because they're just being considerate. But I'm your husband. It's my duty to guide my wife. From now on, I want you to cook according to my instructions.
I don't want to cook food that's too rich or too unhealthy.
Don't defy your husband. Who do you owe your livelihood to? I'm the one who earns the money to buy the food, aren't I? Don't get smart with me. You waste food with your terrible cooking.
You're the one wasting food. Besides, I'm working too.
Your job is low paying with no responsibilities compared to mine.
So that's what you think, is it?
It's true. I'll tell you what I want you to do starting with dinner tonight. So, make sure it's done exactly the way I want it. Do you understand? You must do exactly as I told you. Nora, do you have any idea what you've done?
I'd like to ask you the same thing. Nate, what have you been doing? You left yesterday and never came back. Where have you been? Are you at work now?
It's none of your business where I go. What's more, what was for dinner?
What do you mean? I did my best to give you what you wanted.
Not even close. I didn't ask for the kind of meal. You horrible cook.
What? I made a steak, just as you specified in your recipe. What was the problem with that?
You know what? How long have you been with me?
What? About 5 years?
How many times have you had dinner with me in those 5 years? You haven't noticed anything. You have seen how I eat, right?
How you what? You mean not very good table manners? I've always thought it's impolite to talk while eating, or hold your fork like that.
Wrong. Don't belittle me. Did you see how much sauce I pour on my steak?
Yes, a lot. You were really angry when I mentioned it to you before.
Yeah, I was. It's just not quite enough for my taste.
You put ketchup and sauce all over your fast food too.
If you know them, you should seasoning it like that. It was just as if there was no flavor at all. I don't know how you can call the food.
It was seasoned well. I tasted it. I'm sure of it. Besides, if you put that much sauce on it, you'd be consuming too much salt.
It takes a lot of sauce to get a flavor the way I like it.
Every time you measure it, your blood pressure gets higher. It's time to start cutting back.
Don't be silly. It doesn't matter if you live a long life with thin taste buds.
You have to live with lifestyle-related diseases for the rest of your life. It costs a lot of money for medical care. You talk about a short and fulfilling life, but there's no guarantee that one day it'll end abruptly.
Don't make me say it over and over again. You're a messed up wife, but don't you dare talk back to me. Anyway, you need to get us sauces, ketchup, and mayonnaise right now. I want you to make sure we have plenty of it.
Huh?
Oh, and no low sodium, half calorie crap.
I don't use those products with additives, but I want people to taste the flavor of the food. If you chew it well, it tastes good without a strong seasoning. That way, you can get a satisfaction from a little bit of food.
You're talking back to me again. Do you know the situation you're in right now?
I'm your wife, your spouse.
A wife's job is to satisfy her husband. Listen, I'll go ahead and come home today. In return, as I said before, you'll get plenty of condiments. You'll also prepare the dishes I specify. You'll also double the seasoning.
If you make it this strong...
If I'm not satisfied, I'll really divorce you.
Fine. Nate, let's talk. Come home.
No way. I'm divorcing you.
Come on.
Didn't I tell you before that if I'm not satisfied, we'll have a divorce? If you can't feed me, you're not a wife. You say my body and health are important. I'm fine right now.
It's just that you don't have any symptoms yet. You know, your health check results are all in the red, right? If you keep on like this, you're not gonna get better.
My grandfather and my father ate whatever they wanted, just like me. My grandfather lived until 80, and my father is still healthy.
Both your grandfather and your father went to the hospital regularly, right?
Of course, as you get older, you're gonna get a little wear and tear. It doesn't matter what you eat. If that's the case, it's 100 times better to eat whatever you want while you're still alive. Anyway, I'm sick of your cooking.
Sick of it? But you hardly ever eat it.
I hate it when you talk back to me like that. I'm going to be free to eat whatever I want now.
Wait, that's really not enough for you to live on. I'll try harder to cook food that you can eat.
You say that, and you're gonna put in vegetables and put less seasonings, aren't you? I'm not voting for that anymore.
I'm saying that because I'm thinking of your health.
Not necessary. You're messing with me. It's like you don't really know the situation that you're in. I already got the divorce papers. Fill them out when you get home.
That's so cruel.
Hey Nora, how are you? Are you still living health-conscious food?
Nate, long time no see. How are you?
I'm fine. No complaints when you can eat whatever you want. Everyone at work says I look great. I guess your screwy cooking was hard on me. I'm glad you let me go.
Yeah, I hope you're well.
The best thing for your health is to eat what you want and live a stress-free life.
You're probably right.
Right? You should be honest with yourself too. Don't force yourself to be so health-conscious.
I'm not like I'm forcing myself. I like vegetables.
Jeez, you've been so stubborn again. Well, if you get jealous of my eating habits, you can call me. Your property fried chicken isn't bad.
I don't envy you. I'm afraid of you.
Don't be so stubborn. Then you call me when you miss me. I don't mind if it's steak.
No thanks.
Nora, how are you?
Hey Nate, I'm still here as usual. What do you want?
I've been feeling a little under the weather lately.
Oh, really? Are you busy with work?
No matter how much sleep I get, I feel heavy and tired. My legs ache all of a sudden. It doesn't feel like a cold. It's just weird.
That's terrible. If it continues, maybe you should go to the doctor. I'm sure your unhealthy diet is paying off.
Hey, why don't you come live with me again?
Huh?
It's just that I've become so incapacitated that it's just hard to move. And the appreciation for you really sank in.
You want me to take care of you?
I mean, you could help me get up a little bit. Like, take me to and from the station. Even though we divorced, you were my wife once, right? Isn't it a wife's job to support her husband?
I don't want to. No way. Besides, we aren't married anymore.
Don't be so stubborn. You need money, don't you?
I have enough to live on my own.
Your job is a simple job with no responsibilities.
I have responsibilities. I make hospital food, according to the physical requirements of each patient.
What?
That's because I'm a hospital dietitian. You always seem to underestimate my work, so it's no wonder you don't remember.
No. I didn't mean to condescend to you. I think you're doing a great job. That's why you cared about my food.
I think I would have cared, even if I weren't in the profession.
You woke me up when I had to work. I can't get up by myself, and on top of that, I'm feeling sluggish. I'm late and missing work more and more, and the company is not happy. Let's get married again, and you can wake me up every morning like you used to.
I decline.
Nora, I'm sorry. Will you try again with me?
I decline.
Please, come on.
I'm not a doctor. I can't fix your problems now. You should go to a doctor instead of depend on me, really.
Doctors aren't my thing. Nora, I need help.
Huh? What in the world?
I went to the hospital because I suddenly felt pain all over my body.
It's been a month since I told you to go, but...
It was hard for me to find the courage to go. Anyway, the doctor was really pissed at me.
Well, I can imagine.
I was told I have severe diabetes, high blood pressure, cirrhosis, gout, and hyperlipidemia.
A parade of lifestyle-related diseases.
I was told that I should be hospitalized for health management right away.
That's right. Well, work hard on your diet, because sometimes your numbers will settle down.
Hey, you're the dietitian at the hospital, right? Would you cook for me? You're my wife. You're gonna have to support me. Because, you see, I'm really sorry.
I don't want to.
Huh? You told me before. You said you'd make me a recipe that I could eat. And the other day, it was all over the internet. They said that you're the creator of recipes that even people with dietary restrictions love.
That was when I still had feelings for you as a wife. No matter how much effort I put into the recipe, I was always told that there were vegetables in it, that it was just baked, or that the flavor was too weak. I got tired of being told that the taste was bland and you getting angry at me. It was also sad to have a lot of sauce and ketchup poured on the dishes I had researched and made. Even my packed lunches got thrown away. I've had enough.
I won't complain anymore, please. I want to eat the kind of food I read about on the internet.
I refuse. If you've been told you need to be admitted to the hospital for controlled care, then grow up and get the treatments you need.
Then I'll go to the hospital where you work.
You know, my current workplace is not my former hospital.
Huh?
They moved me to another affiliated hospital in another state.
Where is it?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Please, cook for me. I want to eat your food.
You don't have to be so obsessed with me. All hospital food looks healthy and delicious these days. I'm not the dietitian there, but they're always the one.
It has to be you.
I heard you've gained even more weight since the divorce.
Huh?
One of your colleagues is a friend of mine from school. He says you've gained even more weight since the divorce, and you don't seem to care about hygiene anymore.
Ugh, I was so busy with work that I didn't have time to shower. When we were married, you even cleaned the bathroom so I could take one. That's what I can't do without you. Please. I understood that after the divorce. You're all I had. Please, start over with me again.
Even though you've been calling me a terrible cook at work?
I'm sorry. I wanted to maintain my dignity at work too. That's what it takes to be a capable man. If you're my wife, you'd understand. But I won't anymore. I won't throw away your lunches and I won't complain about your cooking.
It's stupid. I won't make up with you or cook for you anymore.
You don't care if I die?
Your grandfather lived until 80. Your father is still healthy, right?
That's true, but...
Then it's okay, isn't it?
No. My father actually wasn't as healthy as I thought he was.
I heard he's on the verge of going blind from diabetes. His liver is also failing.
If you know that much, you can understand why I'm so frantic, right?
If you don't want to end up like your father, you need to get your lifestyle back on track.
I don't want to be hospitalized. I'll lose my freedom.
That's the price you pay. Even if you can't get back on your feet, you'd still like to live a short, fulfilling life, wouldn't you? That's great. Congratulations. Well then, I'm going to block you because I don't want you to bother me anymore.
Please, don't abandon me.
Nate was forcefully hospitalized. His condition worsened considerably, and he was told that the treatment would take a long time. So, he decided to take a leave. However, the prospect of his return to work is hopeless, and it seems that he will be forced to resign. My coworkers said I was lucky to get rid of the filthy, useless guy. Being featured online as a hottest nutritionist, I am now publishing a recipe book. I hope I can help people who are struggling with dietary restrictions.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.